We're just making small connections to the chords that we use all the time. Why didn't I see this early on? My name is Rusty, and welcome to my worship guitar channel. This chord trick will work over any major chord. We're going to use C major for these examples right now. C bar chord here, and the C bar chord here. So if we first look at this C bar chord here, I'm focused on this root note here in the 3rd fret of the A string. I'm just sliding up to the next bar chord, but I'm just using pieces of it. And then there's a C chord right here. D shape, but a C chord. You can use these moves on any major chord. So again, just looking at that root note in the 3rd fret, sliding on the E string from 3 to 5, and then hitting that root note. And then the next thing I'm looking at is this triad shape right there. Barring in the 5th fret of the D, G, and B strings is the C triad, part of the full chord. Then sliding on the A string from 5 to 7, and that's an E note, by the way, the major 3rd of a C chord. It's good to know that. Then the next thing I'm looking at is this bar chord. So I'm sliding up to this triad shape. First the double stop this way, a 9 and 8 on the B, but then you can use just 2 notes again, sliding up from a 9 on the G and 8 on the E string. Then 12 on the G and 12 on the E, which connects you to this next chord shape here. Then you can pull off on the F note, 13 to 12, go down the chord, good practice just to do those things. And always on a major chord of that root note, you can do a bend. So we have the C note here in the 13th fret of the B string. We want to bend a whole tone up on 15. Add our pinky on 16, then release the bend. Anywhere there's a root note, you can do that little move there. So that's just the C chord. What if we start with an F chord? G. And you can do that move on the G also. You have the triad shape here. Then you can bend a whole tone up on the 10th fret of the B string and then use that pinky move again. Same thing as a C. But the whole time I'm playing around those chords, I'm focusing on the chords themselves, not scales. This isn't about scales and chords. This is just about chords for me. Right there, I'm still looking at that full C chord. I'm looking for it and seeing it, but sometimes I'm only playing a few notes of it. I can just play 2 notes there in the 10th fret of the A string, 9th fret of the G string is a little piece of that C chord, and I can chromatically walk up to it from the little chord shape here. Just it kind of gives it a bluesy sound. So we can create more of an ambient thing with this type of playing. Or more of a rhythm type thing. In the church service, I use these moves all the time. I'm really, and with all of that, I wasn't looking at any scale. I know a lot of you are focused on scales, and they are very important to connect things. But this type of practice will get you so far and keep you connected with the song, with the melody of the song, because you're hitting notes in each chord. And like I said, this works with any major chord. If we just take A, A again. Exact same moves as we did with the C, we can do with these other major chords. It is just a great way to sound connected. D major. To create lead lines doesn't always mean using a scale. You can use chord shapes for rhythm and lead and really start sounding connected. Let me know if you got something from this lesson, and remember, God is good.